wants a week off in the playoffs? Well, Sunday may go a long way in determining that as far as the NFC goes. Hey, how are you? Jason Horowitz and NFL.com's Pat Kerwin with you on the VC NFL preview exclusively on CBS Sportsline, breaking down the 8-4 Saints and the 8-4 Cowboys, two of the hottest teams and two of the hottest quarterbacks. You're taking a look at what could very well be the first two QBs selected to the Pro Bowl for the NFC this year. Drew Brees, Tony Romo. Here's what they've done the last 6 games. Pat, they've both been tremendous. Brees throwing more yards, but Romo making fewer mistakes. 2 of his 4 interceptions were last week alone. Who has more room for error in this game going up against the opposition's defense?
No, that's a good question. I would say that Romo has a little more room for error in this, but you can go right down this matchup. 2 good running backs in Dallas, 2 good running backs in New Orleans. These teams will meet again down the road here. And I think that the receiver core in New Orleans is wounded right now. Colston probably won't go. Joe Horn is struggling to go. When you compare that to Terry Glenn and T.O., you'd have to give the tilt to the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, because then your next 2 starting receivers would be Devery Henderson and Terrence Copper.
And both of those kids have
responded. Good, but they're not Joe Horn and Marcus Wilson.
To balance this thing up, and I say Dallas has an advantage.
All right, well, let's take a look at the 2 running backs that the Saints have as far as what they did last week, because that was, I think, what the Saints have been waiting for as far as both to have huge games. McAllister on the ground, Bush through the air. They totaled 308 total yards. Now, here's the question, though, because Dallas defense, a lot of speed on the outside. Can New Orleans use Reggie Bush in the same way this week?
I talked to Aiken Adele this morning about this subject, and I said, tell me what everyone knows what's going to happen when Reggie's lined up as a slot receiver. The safety's got him. When he's in the backfield, you're just playing the run game. But here's the point to this game when you're watching it. When Reggie Bush is outside in a slot, it's the linebackers on the opposite side that have to worry about the reverse. And they know it's coming, and they run it quite a bit. So I said to Aiken this morning, I said, well, aren't you just going to play for the reverse? He goes, if you start doing that, you get beat up by Deuce McAllister. So you're going to have to hold the inside, which is why there's stress there. And so the average fan goes, how'd that guy run that play again? It's because the legitimacy of Deuce inside holds you, and then you're stuck chasing this kid down, and that's a hard job.
Yeah, that 1-2 punch has been deadly. Although the 1-2 punch last week, those numbers, they did come against the 49ers. Let's take a look at the defensive comparison here. And the Saints, they're giving up a lot more yards, and they're doing it through the air. Their secondary's been beat up a little bit. And as you mentioned, you've got T.O., you've got Terry Glenn, and the Saints don't take the ball away there a lot. Just 14 takeaways this season. How do they stop Tony Romo in the passing game
I think this is going to struggle because Tony Romo's mobility. Isn't it interesting since Tony Romo came in? A couple things. Number one, they averaged 27 points a game with Romo as a starter. Number 2, we have stopped talking about the Dallas Cowboy offensive line. That's not very good because this guy can avoid and make that line look a little better than they really are. And number 3, New Orleans is going to play this game without Will Smith, who to me is their best pure pass rusher. So all those things add up to Romo gets the time. Romo's not going to run for first downs, although he could. He's looking to throw that ball downfield. He'll get a lot more time in this game without Will Smith.
They're also going to play without Hollis Thomas, who's been suspended for asthma medication. That's a whole different story with the league's substance abuse policy, but it was asthma medication. That's something that needs to be investigated as far as whether that's fair or not, but it is what it is.
It's fair.
Yeah, well, agree to disagree. Who's your winner?
I like the Dallas Cowboys in this game. In their 4 home wins, 4 of their 5 games, they lost 1 game, but in those wins, they're winning by 20 points. Great home field advantage, and here's what Aiken Adele said. We came in Wednesday morning feeling pretty good about ourselves, and Parcells was beating on us right away. He was ripping us and really bringing us back down to earth. We've had a very intense week, and that's the essence of Bill Parcells. That's what you pay for when you buy a Bill Parcells to coach a team. They'll be ready, and they'll take care of business.
All right, it's the Sunday Nighter, and it starts at 8:15 p.m. Eastern as the pen rolls away. And for more on this game or any other in Week 14, be sure to stay logged on to CBS Sportsline. Nice catch there, partner. Pat Kerwin, I'm Jason Horowitz. Take care.